through this turn now. Open field in front of her now, moving up on the outside. Gwen Torrance. Torrance blazes away. It's Ottey and Torrance. It's Ottey. Merlene Ottey's going to win a gold.
Merlene Ottey has finally won a world championship.
Growing up in Jamaica, I'm telling you guys, running, that's our culture. That's our thing. We weren't stuck inside as children. We weren't playing any video games. We weren't watching YouTube. We didn't care about that. We wanted to go outside. We wanted to play with our friends, and it always involved running. Running is just a part of what we do. And I think that is the reason why we have so many athletes, because we've been training since we were kids. I remember when I used to attend the Spanish Town SDA church, every evening after church, after the AYS service, we would be holding racing competition from one end of the street to the next. It just brought joy to us, and winning was even more joyful because, you know, everybody knows you're fast, all right? Nobody can outrun the fastest person. Inside where? We would cry to be inside. You understand? Even if we're thirsty, we're not going inside because we may not have the opportunity to go back outside and play with our friends. So we're not thirsty. We're having fun. I almost represented my primary school in the GC Foster Oats. I think it was the primary championships. And my career got totally ruined because the rain decided to fall and it was postponed. It never kept. And I think it was then and there that my track and field opportunities ended, you know, to get recognized from me in primary school. I think at those times they start to see your potential and you have schools that want to buy you. One of the schools that loved to buy athletes was St. Jacob High School, right? So anyways, that ruined my career, but that's okay. So an athlete that I really admired while growing up is Merlene Ottey, and I think more so because she was a woman. She was just such a powerful human being, and when you watch her race, it was an amazing thing. She executed her races with such power. She represented us so well at a whole lot of track and field events. She wasn't always first, but more times she won a medal. And we just want a medal, gold, silver, or bronze. We just want to know that we were in the top 3. And I think we all appreciated that. I know nothing feels good as a goal, but we learned to live with the 3rd place. All right. She had a falling out with the country and she left and she started to represent another country. She was also accused of taking a banned substance after evidence of this was shown in a urine sample. But nonetheless, we have to appreciate her, which I'm sure many still do, because she done well for herself and for the country. She really put us on the map. So in this video, I'm going to be doing a video on the life of Merlene Ottey. We're going to be looking into all the success she had, the falling out, and where she's at now. All right, guys, let's get into it. Merlene Ottey's parents' name are Hubert and Joan Ottey, and they're from Cold Spring in Hanover, Jamaica. So Merlene got introduced to the sport by her mother, who had bought her a book on track and field. So in the 1970s, she had attended Gurney's Mount and Pondside School, and then she graduated from Russey's and Vere Technical. She also had competed in some barefoot local races. Ottey's inspiration for track and field came from a broadcast that she was listening to in 1976. This was the Summer Olympic Games and it was being held in Montreal. Dainelle Quarry actually ran in the sprint finals of that Olympics. Her athletic career then took off after she moved to the US and she attended the University of Nebraska in 1979, and she joined the track team. She then represented Jamaica in the Pan American Games in 1979, and she won a bronze medal in the 200 meter. She then graduated from university with a Bachelor of Arts degree, and she married her fellow athlete Nathaniel Page in 1984. She had changed her name, but only briefly. It was Merlene Ottey Page, but they then later divorced.
Spell on his face. Look at this race down the home stretch between lanes 2 and lanes 4, and look at Davis Page come home to win. Nat Page, running consistently and well, takes first. Out in lane 7, Reggie Davis gets second. In third place.
At the Moscow Games in 1980, she became the first English-speaking Caribbean athlete to win an Olympic medal.
Ottey of Jamaica went off very fast indeed, and Babel Wackel of East Germany on the inside, Bakina of Russia, and on the near side, Muller of East Germany. It's Wackel of East Germany on the far side. Now the 18-year-old Russian, Bakina on the near side. But Wackel, the Olympic champion, Paulie Babel Arkard, is going to retain the title. Bakina second, Ottey third, and in fourth place.
Back in Jamaica, she was awarded an Officer of the Order of Nation and the Order of Distinction for services in the field of sport. In 1982, at the Commonwealth Game, she won a gold medal in the 200 meter and a silver medal in the 100 meter.
And they get away, and it was Angela Taylor that got a blistering start. Merlene Ottey is after her. Angela Taylor is leaving and leading by a long way. Angela Taylor is going to be there. Merlene Ottey is second. Good run of the line. And
they wheel into the straight. Maybe Ottey just in front of Smallwood and Taylor. Boyd back in fourth place. Ottey in front of Smallwood. Smallwood coming at her strongly. Ottey just in front of Smallwood. Here comes Smallwood. Oh, it's close, very close. Maybe Ottey just won it from Smallwood.
And then nearly 10 years later, in 1990 at the Commonwealth Games, she won gold in both events.
good start. Stephanie Douglas got a good start that time. She needed it. Merlene Ottey beginning to run there away from Pauline Davis. Kerry Johnson of Australia is with her. It's Ottey, Davis. But Kerry Johnson gets second, Davis third. And I thought Stephanie Douglas.
Amazing. Ottey was named Ambassador of Jamaica after her gold medal win in the 1993 World Championships. She was also named Jamaican Sportswoman of the Year 13 times between 1979 and 1995. Outstanding.
For second place, no question about it. Merlene Ottey running another fabulous bend and has cleared away from this field. But look at Briar Took. She's really chasing Paula Dunn. She may get through as one of the fastest losers. Ottey, Dunn, Took, 1, 2, and 3.
Merlene Ottey had 7 Olympic appearances from 1980 to 2004, and that was the most recorded by any track and field athlete.
I'm just very glad that I made it half a century, and I know I had to run very hard today, and I know a lot of it depends on the start. And today, in fact, I've been praying for a great start, and today it just happened to be a great start.
She then recorded the most World Championship medals, winning 14, 3 gold, 3 silver, 8 bronze between 1983 and 1997 until Allyson Felix took her total from 13 to 16 in 2017 and then to 18 in 2019. But Ottey still holds the record for the most World Championship medals in individual events with 10. 13 of her medals at Olympics and World Championships were bronze, earning her the name the Bronze Queen in racing circles. She was then appointed an ambassador by the Jamaican government in 1993.
Merlene, world champion. You waited a long time for that gold medal and that title.
Yes, actually I waited 14 years for an individual gold medal, and it came yesterday. In fact, I would have had it in 100 meters, but I think I was cheated. Then I had to wait extra 3 days for it, but it finally paid off.
This is where all the controversy begins. So in 1999, she had a meet in Lucerne, Switzerland. She submitted a urine sample and then it returned positive for the banned substance, anabolic steroid nandrolone. Her B sample also contained higher than normal levels of the substance. She was then banned by the IAAF from competing in the World Championships in Seville, Spain. She then fought very hard to clear her name because she said that these charges were untrue and it was a terrible mistake. She was then cleared in 2000 and all the charges were dropped by the Jamaica Amateur Athletic Association. The IAAF also lifted its 2-year ban after the CAS dismissed the case, and then the Court of Arbitration for Sport also dismissed the case because the retesting order by the CAS was not completed in the time frame allotted. So this is where the fallout with Jamaica begins. So normally before the Olympic trial meets are held. So at the National Senior Trials, she had placed 4th. Now according to the Jamaica Amateur Athletics Association, only athletes who had finished in the top 3 at the trials were eligible to run at the Olympics. So because she was placed 4th, she was only qualified to run the 4x100 meter relay. So then the JAA's decision to replace Peter Gay Dowdy was widespread controversy because Merlene Ottey had asked that she be substituted for another team member. She was then construed as an old aging icon that didn't want to see a younger athlete before her and thought she was more worthy than her. That was the thought of many Jamaican people.
Really running this turn hard. Let's see how they look off the turn. It's Dowdy over Davis by a long shot.
Peter Gay Dowdy off the turn. She really turned it up. It's Dowdy and Davis easily.
So then the Jamaica 400-meter Olympian and champion medalist Gregory Houghton led the notorious Games Village protest to oust Ottey, which made international headlines. And then the protest ended when the International Olympic Committee threatened to throw the Jamaicans out of the game if the team managers were not able to control their charges. At the 2000 Olympic Games, she had finished 4th in the 100-meter race, and she was beaten just a little bit by her fellow Jamaican Tina Lawrence, who came in 3rd.
开始了，第5道琼斯起跑之后，很快确立了明显的优势。
In the 4x100 relay, the Jamaican team was bronze medalist Lawrence, teenager and newcomer Veronica Campbell and Beverly McDonald, and the race was anchored by Ottey to a silver medal. This medal gave her her 8th medal, the most for a female athlete.
In lane 6. And now has to try to catch her, but it won't happen. It's going to be the Bahamas with Debbie Ferguson to the line to win. The U.S. behind Merlene Ottey.
And there's Marion Jones. She did the best she could, but you know what? You can't catch them when they're that far ahead of you.
And then 9 years later, after the disqualification of Jones for steroid abuse, she was then promoted to 3rd place, giving her her 9th medal and Lawrence to 2nd. But due to the controversy, Ottey decided, and I quote, "After Sydney, I said I wasn't going to run another race for Jamaica because I felt like the Jamaicans were trying to push me out the sport, and I really needed to prove my point that I might be 40, but I can still run." Merlene Ottey then decided to move from Jamaica, and she ended up in Slovenia in 1998, where she began training with a Slovene coach, but she was still representing Jamaica. However, in May 2002, she became a Slovene citizen, and then she started to represent them in international events. She competed for Slovenia in the 100 meters at the 2004 Summer Olympics in Athens, but she only happened to reach the semi-final. She finished 5th and she missed out on qualifications for the final by just 0.03 seconds. At the age of 46, she then competed in the 2006 European Championships in athletics. She finished 5th in the semi-finals of the 100 meters, and she did not qualify for the final, which was won by Belgium's King Javert. She also failed to reach her 8th Olympic Games at age 48 in 2008, just by a mere 0.28 seconds. In spite of this, 2 years later, she qualified for the Slovenian 4x100 meter relay squad at the 2010 European Athletics Championship, where she became the oldest athlete ever to participate in the history of the European Championships. At the age of 52, she then competed in the 4x100 meter relay at the 2012 European Athletics Championships. The Slovenian team were ranked 22nd in the world before the 2012 Olympics, with only the top 16 teams qualifying. Since 2004, Ottey has lived in Switzerland.
Three-time world champion, 9 Olympic medals. It's not the medals now that motivates you. At 50 years old, do you know anything else about athletics?
No, for me, it's not medals because I will not get another medal, you know. Maybe if everybody dropped the button, you know, on the finals on Saturday, or, you know, 2 or 3 of us finish, yes, we get a medal. But I like to see, you know, when I got to 40, I was like, okay, I want to see what I can run at 40, because when I arrived at 30, everybody thought I was old. So I can imagine what they're thinking now. I got to 40, I was like, okay, I want to see what I can do at 40. It has never, you know, nobody tried to make a, you know, huge theme, and then I got to 45, then here I at 50 wanted to see how fast I can run. So this is what motivates me. And I think when I get to 60, I want to see what I can run also. Who knows?
I thank you all for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, take care of yourselves. One love.